नमस्कार, वेलकम टू एहसास एक मुलाकात, episode 4. Hope you all are doing well, staying safe and healthy. So in last 3 episodes, in continuation with that, this is our 4th episode with Pandit Shubhendra Raoji. First of all, I want to say that there is a lot of live conversations are going on online these days. Something we are overloaded with that, but we need to announce our thoughts, share the proposition to face and cope with the situation as a community of performing arts, as a united group to create a movement. And dance is itself a bigger art form. A very in a larger sense, we can say, but in a larger sense, we can say it's a part of a whole music world. In Sangeet Ratnakar, as it is said, that Geetam, Badyam, Tatha Nrityam, Trayam Sangeetam Uchyate. So looking into that dance professionalism, a complete domain, the other important channels of association in the world is a world of music, including the instrument, vocal, that is an inseparable part of our dance world. Keeping in that mind, so this was my aim to discuss with eminent musicians and very leading, world-renowned Pandit Shubhendra Raoji today. Let me welcome him. Namaskar, Dada.
Namaste, Nayanika. How are you?
Welcome. Yes, I'm doing good, Dada. How are you?
Also very good. Also very good. Under the circumstances, we are all staying home and trying to be safe. So it's lovely to be with you in this session.
Yes, thank you, Dada. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation to be today on board.
I'm always happy to be spending time with artists and, getting to know each person's mind. So it's always wonderful to share. And that's the most important. I mean, as a dancer and as a musician, we share so much. So
yes, Dada, definitely. So there is nothing to introduce you, but in a short way, just a little bit of your, I want to read that. Pandit Shubhendra Raoji, a composer and sitar maestro, one of the foremost disciple of Bharat Ratna Pandit Ravi Shankar ji, whom the praise describes as a musical bridge to many cultures and a thinking musician, constantly endeavoring to carry his innovations beyond conventional boundaries. Having performed at many prestigious venues and festivals across the globe, he has some wonderful music collaborations across genres, especially with renowned cellist dear Saskia Raoji, which has taken Indian music into a brave new era. So, Dada, nothing to talk. Most welcome, Dada. So, Dada, my first question, just coming to briefly to the question that I just don't know that. So you were born into a very musical family. Your father, mother, foremost disciple and the most senior-most disciple of Panditji, and your mother, a Veena player also. So this was when you started your journey, your learning. This was the only choice left to you, that becoming a musician, and or how do you see yourself, a process of evolvement, that from a learner to the position you stand today? So what is your... Yes.
Basically, Nayanika, I mean, as you know, music, dance, all forms of creativity, basically, it has to be nurtured from day one of somebody's life. I believe that a child's education starts 9 months before it is born.
Yes.
So, of course, very much the fact is that when your parents are musicians or when your parents are culturally, in whatever field, that naturally comes to many children also. Not necessarily all children, but many children, of course, through the genes itself.
Yes.
So I think somewhere I inherited that from my parents, of course, and right from very early age, I could understand. And my mother and my father, they always say that I could sing before I could talk. So music was perhaps my most natural language also, much more than any other what words can express.
Right.
So it was very fortunate to be born in that family where music was there all the time. My mother used to practice, my father used to practice, and I was the youngest of the three, and so my elder sister and my brother were also practicing. They had already started learning sitar,
Yes.
and the biggest influence in our house was my father's guru, Pandit Ravi Shankarji. Saying my father's guru because, of course, later I have been his disciple all my life too. But I was blessed to be born in that family where he was worshipped as God. Guru is ultimate.
Ultimate.
Uh, so my father and my mother, my uncle, all three of them, my uncle too, was a professional sitar player. So there was music at home all the time. One of them was practicing. Uh, and right from very early age, my what natural inclination towards music was being recognized.
Mhm.
And very at a very early age, my father's guru would always come to Bangalore at least once or twice a year to perform, and come home to visit my grandmother.
Mhm.
And also, many times, of course, that the time that we spent together right from my very early childhood. So my father and wanted me to once play for him. At the age of 3 and a half, I could not lift the sitar because it was too big and too heavy. But I had already, learned how to play the notes by keeping it on the floor, like the Saraswati Veena. My mother is playing Saraswati Veena.
Yes.
So I must have put the two together since I was too small to be able to carry it.
Mhm.
So I still remember, I think I was about 3 and a half at that time.
Mhm.
Once Guruji had come home, and my father, out of course, the proud father that he was, I remember playing the sargam in Yaman Kalyan and
Okay.
keeping the sitar on the floor.
Okay.
Guruji had come home to visit my grandmother along with Ustad Allah Rakhaji and
Mhm.
Guruji's own son Shubhendra Shankar, after
Yes.
whom I was actually named.
Yes.
So all three of them I played, and Guruji was very happy, and he said, "Beta, very nice, but now you have to hold the sitar in the normal position that it is held. From today onwards, I start your teaching."
Means
So I
from
was,
here, like
yes, from the floor to the normal
float
position, how the
position.
sitar is played.
Yes.
So I was little over 3 years at that time, and that I can say is my first lesson from him. And subsequently, of course, my father continued to teach me all the technical things of the sitar. And
Mhm.
every year that Guruji would come to Bangalore, I would play a little for him, and he would, see my improvement or where I needed to focus on, and he would give me.
Right.
So, and then at the age of 7, I had my first lesson from him directly. He was he had come to Mysore to
Mhm.
perform, and I had gone there, and Guruji said, "Tomorrow morning, let me start your lessons." So I still remember having learned Bhairav, the Chalan,
Oh,
and a few
very
Chalans
good.
that he taught.
Okay. Acha.
And so that started off my official learning from him also.
What, Dada, can you sing just what the chalan was? The first, your first lesson.
So, yeah, I mean, ne sa ga ma da ne sa ne da pa ma ga re sa ne sa ga ma da ne sa mi. Ne sa ga ma da ne sa re da ne da pa ma ga re sa ma ga ma pa ma ga re sa ne sa ga ma dha pa. So he slowly started opening
Right.
And at that age, even 5 things that he taught or 4 things that he taught was enough for me to practice for the next few months.
Few months, right? Yes.
So slowly started getting more and more, practicing a lot more. And then when I was around 12, 13, then I started going to different places. Say, at that time, Guruji was traveling all over the world. He would never be in a city for more than few days, literally traveling all over the world. So anytime he had a week or 10 days when he was in India, whether it was Delhi or Bombay or many other places, he would invite me to and say, come to Delhi or come to Bombay. I'm having a week's time, so I can teach you a little more. Until this continued for the next 5, 6 years, between say my age of 12, 13 till I was 17, 18. And then when I was 18, uh, this was in 1984, I had just finished 1 year of my college, and then we received a call in Bangalore where Guruji said, that I have a house in Delhi now, and I want you to come. So I didn't know that he meant come for good. I thought he meant come for some time. So
Right.
I shifted. I came to Delhi on the 22nd of June, 1984. Uh, and that time, not many people know this, but then, uh, he had composed music for Asian Games
Yes.
with the famous, very, very beautiful song Swagatam Ata Swagatam.
Swagatam, Swagatam.
I
Yes.
think, it took the whole country by storm. What a
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. So, and he had composed that whole opening ceremony for the Asian Games.
Right.
And at that time, of course, it was Madam Gandhi who was the Prime Minister, and she had invited him to compose this and do the opening ceremony for the Asian Games. Uh, I mean, today it's not such a big thing to have all these kind of things, but in 1983, when there was no communication problems and whatever else, so the Guruji did not charge a single penny to do this whole months and months of work,
Work.
and
Right.
saying that it's my honor to do something for my country.
Right.
So that was his attitude, and that was his wonderful service to the country.
So,
So as a as a gift, then Madam Gandhi said, "What do you want? What can I give you, or what can the country give you?" So he said, "I don't have a house in anywhere in the world." He had a house, of course, in Benares, but he said, "I want to start a kind of a Gurukul in Delhi, invite some students to stay with me, and make Delhi my home, and travel around the world, of course." So when he then he chose this house on Lodi Road, 95 Lodi Estate, very, very famous. Uh, where after when he got that house, then he called me. There is another Guru Bhai of mine, Partho Sarathi, wonderful sarod player, who the two of us we started living there. Then Guruji used to spend time, say about any in a year he would spend anything between 60 to 90 days based out of Delhi. So that was my way of learning, and the rest of the time he would be traveling, of course. But then Guru, what the Guru teaches, if the Guru teaches you 5 things, it takes you 5 months of practice to
true.
really be able to do it well.
To absorb the whole.
To absorb, to make it your own, to imbibe.
Right. Right.
So
Yes.
then slowly he started taking me on stage. Since I was, whenever he felt I could be there. Then, of course, for me, the biggest thing also came was when his composition work that he, whether he was doing, even when he was composing for the film Gandhi, or when he was working with the Asian Games, and then much later on, many things that Uday Utsav in his brother's memory. So I was very closely, associated with him during all these things, all these projects and all these compositions, which helped me a lot in my own journey as a musician.
So wonderful journey, Zara. So actually, the association of Guru and his blessings that makes us the grow as an artist and or the dancer, whatever it is. That is the
Absolutely. I mean, there is nothing, without the guru. The guru is the ultimate. What he
right,
or she has taught you, and he or she, what they give you, is
right,
something that is we cannot repay in any other way.
right. Very true. Nada, there is a question comes to my mind always that there is
Mhm.
something that whatever happens that we have learned in a Guru Shishya Parampara.
Mhm.
So where Guru says or just teaches us or the instructs us whatever and just we follow and do that we do the riyaz and everything. But now, just dealing with some different issues. I will not say issues, but the circumstance and the situation, whatever it is, as a performing artist, if you want to grow.
Mhm.
So, what is your experience with Pamdi Panditji? That did he used to allow you, if some questions come to your mind, like want to ask something regarding something, you have some questions. So, did he used to allow, or that because uh, or some your work of experimenting with the other things or something
Mhm.
new you want to do or just so you what's your take on that? So actually I want to say that sometimes it some fear walks in our mind that we shouldn't ask guru, we shouldn't ask to go to them और नहीं ठीक है छोड़ना चाहिए अब जितना है बस इसी किया बस इसके पीछे बस जो बोल रहे हैं फाइन एंड इट हैपेंस इट्स अ वेरी
नहीं नहीं
रेगुलर
बिल्कुल
ongoing process. It's generation
आप
wise I've seen that my seniors,
हम्म,
even my seniors, they also have the fear to ask guru. मतलब महाराज जी को कुछ पूछना है तो मतलब मन में ही है रह जाता है. That is a very few times we can express
हम्म।
that time. So is that the same thing happened with you और मतलब आप कितना मतलब कैसे उस communication कैसे मतलब आप करते थे या और कैसे होना चाहिए? How it should be मतलब with a guru and shishya like that.
देखिए गुरु और शिष्य के बीच में द इवन इवन द जो हम लोग गंडा बंधन करते हैं, इट्स अ वेरी फाइन थ्रेड एंड इट्स अ वेरी फाइन लाइन
True.
where I think fortunately for me I had a very open relation with him. I could ask questions. I
Okay.
could, definitely, but also there is a very fine line. One should not cross that fine
Course,
line.
exactly.
Uh,
The
and
sanskar, I think that is the sanskar we have got. What is that?
bilkul, bilkul. So it's a very fine line between showing your respect to your guru
Right.
or becoming very cocky and Guruji would always tell me कि बेटा I don't need to listen to you for 1 hour. दाल कितना गला है वो तो 2 मिनट में पता चल जाता है.
पता चला है. बिल्कुल.
अगर एंड खास करके गुरु को.
बिल्कुल.
So for me, of course, one very good or one thing that made my life easy to a certain extent was the fact that he had seen me since my birth.
True. वो
Secondly,
connection बन ही गया था. That is the that started.
गुरु और शिष्य का जो रिलेशन है वो तो बाप बेटे का एक रिलेशन होता है.
True.
तो in a certain sense मेरा तो I was his grandson because I was his son's son. My father was supposed to be his son. So I was the second generation disciple. तो एक तरह से grandson.
True.
And from a grandson I became a son when I started spending time and learning from him directly or फिर दिल्ली जब shift किए and things like that.
बिल्कुल.
So my relation in a way was slightly different from say just being a normal disciple.
Disciple, right.
एक तरह से एडवांटेज भी था, एक तरह से थोड़ा
हाँ.
मुश्किल भी होता था.
हाँ.
Not to say that मुश्किल नहीं है, you know. So there's always that fine balance that one needs to make sure, and that fine balance is from the disciple. not from the guru.
Guru, right.
वो जो एक लाइन नहीं क्रॉस करना,
Hmm.
however open my relationship was, there were many things that I could discuss with him very openly और सब कुछ होता था, लेकिन always maintain that one line.
Line, right.
And that is a very important thing. वो एक सभ्यता जो है, वो जो एक नम्रता जो है, it's very important to always, and that does not mean that, just because you're openly talking to him now, that does not mean you're showing any disrespect or anything.
Yes.
So, and secondly, that phase, when I came into Guruji's life, he was in his 50s and 60s. तो वो जो जवानी का जोश, because
Yes.
my father used to say, हाँ, गुरुजी का भी at times he was short tempered at times, when he was learning from him.
Okay.
But that was Jawani ka Josh.
True.
So I came into his life when he had already mellowed down to a certain extent, age and experience, and what the world had shown him.
True.
So it was a beautiful, really, मेरे लिए तो, I mean, I consider that to be the most precious relation, और there is a divinity in that relationship, और वो जो divinity है वो गुरु और शिष्य का जो है, आज गुरुजी नहीं है physically,
Yes.
लेकिन that does not mean that he's not there with you. He's there with me all the time. तो वो जो एक divinity है, वो जो एक ये है, it's the most beautiful feeling that one can get.
True. That's wonderful. And that's a message actually towards all the young generation also, to how to keep that line, fine line. And
बिल्कुल.
sometimes, exactly.
समय बदल गया है, लेकिन समय इतना भी नहीं बदला है कि एक जो respect, the word respect somehow can be interpreted in many different ways.
True.
And I think every era has different ways of showing respect. The way Guruji was with Baba Alauddin Khan Sahib is definitely different from the way I was with him,
Yes.
because times had changed.
Time has changed.
हाँ, लेकिन times have changed, लेकिन वही that fine line that I feel, that वो हमेशा रहना चाहिए.
The tradition, the custom and all these things, that is the same.
बिल्कुल. That's life itself.
Okay. So just moving on to the next, Dada, that you have always tried to push boundaries and has composed some of very unconventional pieces through collaborations. So when you started this experimentation, how much encouragement you got from Panditji, and did you face some critical assessment apart from him or any from other outsiders? So, and how was the process? That is what very easier for you, or can you tell, as a dancer also, if you go and work on some kind of this experimental work, how much we should extend and how much we should push our boundaries and to create something new, our own language? So what is the process exactly? So how should we do that? Because you have done so many works, even with Saskia ji also, you're still going on. And so many. So what is the process exactly? The creative process that is that? Yes. What's your take on?
There is nothing like, एक जो भी करते हैं, it should be an organic process. And we should always do things because it comes naturally to you. ये नहीं कि because चलो मुझे आज कुछ अलग से कुछ करना है and I will sit and do something अलग से.
True.
वो that kind of is not the right approach, I feel. What I feel is जो भी करें वो एक अपने अंदर से एक ये होना चाहिए कि I want, वो एक natural process होना चाहिए. So for me, since, as I said, I was exposed to Guruji's work in the experimental, और उनका जो composition जो work था, whether it was गांधी और एशियन गेम्स, और बाद में ऑफ कोर्स द वेरी फेमस लाइव इन क्रेमलिन जो मॉस्को में हम लोग किए थे गुरुजी के साथ. उसके बाद एक he had composed a beautiful dance production, dance theater, जो लंदन में यूके में जो प्रीमियर हुआ था, घनश्याम बोल के, where Durgalal ji and Shanta ji and VP Dhananjay ji and all these
अच्छा.
wonderful dancers as well as, so ek, so for me, right, I feel that that was all a part of my learning. And so when I did start my own work of trying to compose and whatever, it was just a natural feeling. I never sat down thinking ki aaj mujhe, I have to work something different with this musician or whatever.
Yes.
That curiosity of always wanting to learn about other musics, other traditions, other
Yes.
dance forms or whatever, jo bhi. So that is something that has to be nurtured. And initially, of course, I was doing a lot on my own. So whether it was, I worked with some Chinese musicians, ऐसे ही Japanese musicians, jazz musicians, and then working for dance companies also, composing for a dance company and things like that. And then, of course, once Saskia and I got married, and she bringing in both the Western classical tradition as well as Indian, that she and her Indian cello and her whole approach to the world of music. So we started composing a lot together also. So jisme I feel we brought in the best of what both of us could bring. And now we are very fortunate that whether it is composing for somebody like Padma Vibhushan, Sonal Mansingh ji, or Baki jo, so we're always trying to create something, and create something. बोल के ये नहीं कि go out and do something.
No, you were saying that it should come spontaneously from within, just like that. If you, as you are already always regarded as a thinking musician, so the thought process is always, मतलब जैसे आप born and आप brought up जैसे हुए हैं, your process already is there through your learning and through the seeing the Panditji's work and all these things. But if as an outsider, as a new generation, I will say that music was always in your family, but just a fresh generation musician like a dancer like me, there is no musical background in my family. So how we can start the process? Is that only very much of just opening up to the other kind of other genre of music, or other genre of, for me, other genre of dance or reading or something, connecting with other medium of the entertainment industry? What do you suggest? What is the process it should be?
In today's world, it's a lot easier, because of communication channels, or YouTube हुआ तो ये हुआ, so the way to listen and the way to learn बहुत आसान हो गया है. But the most important thing is to break the rule, you should first know the rule. So very important कि जो foundation है वो एक ट्रेडिशन में होना बहुत जरूरी है.
True.
And once you have got that solid foundation, then to take whatever else, whatever you listen or whatever you learn, that process will continue for the rest of your life. So it's very important कि एक foundation जो है, जैसे आपका कथक and learning from great master महाराज जी से जो सीखे, that becomes your foundation. उसके बाद whatever else you will, so it's very important to keep that strong foundation, and once वो हो जाए उसके बाद to explore, to learn, to listen, to see, to keep that curiosity alive and to keep creating. I think it's a beautiful process, and it's a lifelong process. And it's not that आज कोई भी बैठ के सोचे कि आज चलो I have done everything. सवाल ही नहीं. The world of music, the world of dance, it's like a mighty ocean. उसमें से
हाँ,
जितना अंदर डूबोगे उतना ही पता चलता है कि और डूबना चाहिए.
true. So sometimes I see that it happens that in choreography someone is making so it happens like a cut and paste. Matlab, if you don't know the process, what we'll do? There's something creating new thing. We'll just take some from here and there and put it together and make a new language. Trying to, but that is not the proper way. Matlab, जो होना है, it should come in a like a in the it is in the blending should be very much natural and spontaneous. So कभी कभी वो
Absolutely.
जो मिसिंग लगता है मुझे कि मतलब कुछ भी काम हो मतलब इफ इट इज अ फ्यूजन म्यूजिक मतलब अभी तो बहुत कुछ होता है फ्यूजन म्यूजिक के नाम पे बट दैट इज वो सुनने के बाद नहीं लगता है कि इट इज अ दैट काइंड ऑफ बट वो सिलेक्टिव हो जाते हैं हम लोग तभी या डांस में भी द सेम थिंग इट हैपेंस
नहीं
सो
बिल्कुल बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. आई मीन सिंस यू आर अ डांसर यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दिस कि अ डांसर शुड नो म्यूजिक
यस
because he or she when goes and sits with a composer and whoever else, they have to know the music and they have to know what they want.
ट्रू
So I think one of the best compliments that we have, Saskia and I have received when we had composed music for in the US for an Indian dance company. Somebody had said that we could see the music and hear the dance because वो एक जो एक it becomes one. So it's not that they of course the ultimate is what in a dance performance what one is seeing. That is the ultimate because
True.
it's a visual medium. So that lekin the process of creation has to become when two creative people come together वो एक पूरा एक हो जाना चाहिए.
बिल्कुल
And of course at the end of the day the I believe that the dancer who will be presenting the thing has to have the ultimate say. बिल्कुल उनका जो final क्योंकि it's either his or her project her product.
yes
And as a musician I'm trying to convey through my medium what that person wants to show.
true
तो बट ये एक पूरा एक साथ जब होते हैं तभी वो एक it becomes a good creative piece.
creative piece true very true Dada. So Dada, the next thing is I just wanted to know for that basically I talked to you that this is my aim to know that creating music for dance basically for our dancers it is always becomes a problem when we just thinking about a new production or a new choreography. Definitely the music is the essential part that we need to choreograph on that. So sometimes it happens with me also because I'm not well versed with the music. I have not learned music. 2 साल मैंने सीखे थे गुरु माँ के पास संजुता जोशी के पास but there is no such continuation of practice and anything. So मतलब एक dancer एक just who doesn't have any knowledge of music so how can he approach to anyone who is composing the music that the process of music how can he make him understand that I need this thing did this thing for the dance part my thought is that my thought is so sometimes what will happen so we say that मुझे यहाँ पे ना ये चीज चाहिए मतलब ऐसे टाइप का या the music should be like in this rag even we can't just feel the sense of raga also so वो describe नहीं कर पाते and we can't just deliver our thoughts properly. So do you refer any particular process that we should follow the dancers that जो ये चीज थोड़ा सा easy हो जाए that we can just think in the beginning of the process to make a new production that okay my music should be like this this is like that and I will choreograph in this way or that way. It's not only totally dependent on the musician or I will say the composer what he will deliver to me. I have to accept that after such a point because it can't go on a process for month after month that I will just okay this ये मेरा पसंद नहीं है ये थोड़ा सा change होना चाहिए ऐसे तो So what is the process exactly for composing music for a dancer?
I believe that for sure a dancer has to know music. बहुत जरूरी है. But equally important is what is it that he or she wants to from the musician. वो एक जो because
Just, the 1 minute, Anubha Banerjee ji is here. Yes, Manjari ji is here. Manjari ji, Manjari has told no sound. I think if anyone can just say that if there is any sound, can you, the audience can hear you? Anyone can confirm on that, that if a conversation is audible to you?
No sound from
Yes.
Manjari ji, I don't know.
In between, I will say that Anubha Banerjee ji has asked a question that what is the difference in today's generation? That time when you were speaking, so she asked this. Yes.
In today's generation, I find that there is a beautiful energy. One has to see the positive sides also. One can't only think हम जब थे तो ऐसा था, बात पुरानी हो जाती है. Let's look at the positive of what this generation and what this generation of youngsters are bringing in. They are bringing in a wonderful energy. They know what they want. They know how to get it. जो हम लोगों का बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता था, because of whatever else, situation ऐसा होता था कि it was impossible. तो अभी का जो जनरेशन है, they know exactly what they want.
Yes.
But वही है, एक प्रॉब्लम ये है कि they want it too fast. बहुत जल्दी चाहिए. वो जो प्रोसेस है, वो जब तक even to become a graduate or to become a doctor, 15 साल 20 साल चाहिए ना. तो एक म्यूजिशियन बनने के लिए भी उतना ही टाइम दीजिए ना. वो जो प्रोसेस है, वो you cannot, वो प्रोसेस छोटा नहीं कर सकते. प्रोसेस उतना ही लंबा रहता है. जो 8 घंटा 10 घंटा जो रियाज करना है, वो तो जरूरत है ही. बट हाँ, so that balance between what this the beautiful energy that this generation brings in, along with what the tradition has, that's the important thing. I think what we need to learn and respect. We can't just say कि आज के generation we can't run them down. Also, we should not. And I believe that they have a fantastic energy, and they really are doing some wonderful work also.
Okay. Yes, Dada. So just.
So about dance, I feel that obviously a musician is trying to interpret what the dancer wants, whether it is story or whether it is movements, single small episodes within the bigger story. So at every point there has to be a lot of communication between the two.
Yes.
Again, in the same process, I have to say that it cannot be done in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. It's a lot of give and take. When we are working with somebody like Sonal Mansingh ji, it's not a 1 week process.
Yes.
It is at least it is at least 3 months, 4 months, 6 months process.
Yes.
She says something, she explains it beautifully. She and of course she is, उनका जो एक सोच है, I believe she's, and उनका जो एक knowledge है, so then she explains it to us, and then उसको हम लोग we interpret it musically, then show it to her.
Okay.
So then it's a lot of give and take.
Right. So it can't happen in 1 day or just in a 1 month. Okay, just fine. ये मुझे चाहिए, बस ये हो गया. Sometimes it happens ज़्यादा कि हम लोग म्यूजिक चूज कर लेते हैं. Okay, ये गाना बहुत अच्छा है, इसके ऊपर डांस कर लेते हैं. मतलब there is no other way out. It happens mostly. मतलब ऐसे ही होता है. It very rarely happens that what I want to dance, the music म्यूजिक शुड accompany us, that in that
Well-
way, ये बहुत ही कम होता है, एटलीस्ट मेरे लिए तो ये हुआ है बहुत ही बार, बिकॉज दैट टाइम आई फील वेरी मच हेल्पलेस काइंड ऑफ थिंग. व्हाई कांट आई मेक हिम अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट आई वांट, दैट एग्जैक्टली, मतलब एग्जैक्टली क्या होना चाहिए, दैट इज
वही टाइम देना चाहिए, टाइम देना चाहिए. वो टाइम, समय, इसमें भी कोई शॉर्टकट नहीं होता है. एंड इट्स नॉट दैट आज मैं बैठ गया और मैं सोचा कि मैं कंपोज कर लूं. Like
True.
I'll tell you, for example, one of why I bring Sonal ji into, because she is such a respected,
exactly,
and I believe that she's a powerhouse of knowledge. So
Right.
उनके साथ I've learned a lot from working with her. So एक बार in one of her previous productions, she wanted to show the marriage of Shiva and Parvati, and then the next chapter was because it was a Indo-Greek gods. Indian
Okay.
gods and Greek gods. So Greek के लिए Saskia had composed this beautiful Western, the marriage like a church marriage, and she had composed
Right.
a beautiful piece in on the cello, different layers and things like that. तो हम सोच रहे थे कि अब शिवा और पार्वती को कैसे, how to match that, and how to bring that stature of musically. तो एक दो दिन टाइम लगा, कुछ कर रहे थे तो हम खुद को पसंद नहीं आ रहा था. Then I still remember one day suddenly I said, why not? Why Saskia and Ishan, they were in the other room, and suddenly something came into my mind, and I sat down. I opened my Surbahar.
Okay.
और सुरबहार मैं almost एक साल के बाद मैं सुरबहार निकाला था उस दिन. And I said, to bring out the magnificence of Shiva, I think an instrument like the Surbahar would be ideal. Or then suddenly, which rag? I mean, Shivji ke liye, I thought let's take rag Shankara. So Surbahar mein I composed something in Shankara. Or then first I played it for Saskia, and then when we showed it to Sonal ji, immediately she said, this is exactly how it should be.
True.
So वो एक जो dialogue है, because obviously she has it in her mind, and उस चीज को हम लोगों को musically how to take that onto the stage and present it as a collaboration and as something that so it's not a one day process.
True. Yes, definitely.
के लिए समय देना चाहिए. And then there is always a little give and take.
Definitely. So Dada, yes, Dada.
From the dancer also, as well as the musician, there is always a dialogue, and that dialogue is very important.
True. So Dada, is it the process? I will say that मतलब जो भी अभी मुझे समझ में आए कि should we go searching for the proper raga? We should ask, because everyone, all the dancers, they don't have the knowledge of all the ragas. So if any particular piece, if any particular rasa or the sentiment or the situation of any movement or anything, if it can be abstract choreography or anything based on a theme. So we should go choosing a raga first, then choosing the instrument, because you just referred that you found the proper tunement of Surbahar. So this both the mixing these both things that can give us a proper answer. So
बिल्कुल. I mean अभी अगर if you want to show कृष्णा को दिखा रहे, और अगर सितार अगर शुरू हो गया तो वो बात नहीं बनती है ना.
Right.
कृष्ण भगवान है तो वो बांसुरी में ही होना चाहिए. और डिपेंडिंग ऑन द मूड, अगर वो रोमांटिक है तो मांझ खमाज या तिलक श्याम या जो भी, मतलब जैसे जो राग which lends itself to that particular.
Yes.
Of course, I'm talking only in terms of classical music. We have to push the boundaries also. We have to push the boundaries also of for composing music for dance also.
Yes.
So I think it's a beautiful process, and when you see it finally on stage,
Yes.
and when people say that they could see the music and hear the dance, that's when I feel it's a perfect coming together of two creative artists and art forms.
Right. Nada, here Geeta Shankaran Lamji from Malaysia. I have worked with her, and I've just taught in a school also. She has asked that, do you think musicians feel less important in a dancer choreographer's work, like being called accompanists, and feel they will lose out being recognized for their own talents? Or do you think there is none feeling this way today? Then and now, is there a change?
I think a musician, oh yeah, for sure, if he or she is a soloist, then you know, they would not like to be. वो एक tradition बन गया है कि they would not like to play live as much. लेकिन you know, when you're composing, it's a different story. Then you know, you have your own thing that you're bringing onto the stage. और
Yes.
उसको रिकॉर्ड करके you know, जो जनरली होता है वो रिकॉर्डिंग जो होता है, बट टू प्ले लाइव there is that little ऊपर नीचे जो होता है, without I think there is a hesitation for any soloist to go on stage to become an accompanist for a soloist. लेकिन
Right.
हाँ, कुछ जो बाकी जो musicians है जो डांस के साथ बजाते हैं, ये नहीं कि वो लोग अच्छा, they're not good musicians. They're also wonderful musicians who have practiced, who have done, who have mastered their instrument and their art. लेकिन for whatever reason they could not perhaps उतना सोलो में नहीं कर पाए, तो they bring their talent into this field also. And one needs to respect them equally.
Very much. The understanding and respect should be there, whatever, because everyone is a artist on the stage. Whatever.
Absolutely. Bilkul.
There is no, the accompaniment is definitely accompaniment. The word is with the dance is there, or with you also, the tabla accompaniment or
Bilkul.
whatever. But
Bilkul.
definitely the respect of an artist, that is the most important thing. I think.
And उनको भी उतना ही समय लगा होगा, you know, to practice, to
Yes.
learn from a guru,
Definitely.
and practice for years together before being able to go on stage. And that needs to be respected equally. And I yeah, it's nice to see that, you know, we all share that feeling of mutual respect.
Yes. Wonderful.
I see Sanjeev Bhattacharya saying
Yes, yes, yes.
he was
Namaste.
Namaste,
Yes.
Sanjeev. Always a pleasure to, you know that आपको भी अच्छा लगा था when gods meet. So I'm really happy to be able to work with people like Sonal ji and talented people like you, of course.
Yes. So Dada, Sanjeev ji is telling that he performed in Krishna and felt the uniqueness of your music.
वो कृष्णा का बहुत ही एक वाकई में it was a wonderful composition where कृष्णा कालिया का जो एक music जो you know, and here I have to give full credit to Saskia because, you know, the cello, the way cello is used to depict कालिया, तो राग भी ऐसे ही हम लोग चूज किए थे, and I think it was a wonderful, very unique composition Krishna Kalia के लिए, a very different texture of sound which was being heard for the first time, and of course, as I said, you know, yeah, बहुत ही अच्छा लगा था.
That's an important word, that the texture of music that should just touch the heart of the audience as well as when you are dancing. If
Bilkul.
that is not that, the awakening, that doesn't happen, that if it doesn't touch me, so that's very important.
इसलिए हम you know, not to say that, you know, I'm not a fan of electronic music or whatever, but in my own compositions and in whatever Saskia and I do together also, we try to take as much acoustic instruments. At times where it is needed, of course, we use the synthesizer or whatever, very little, but जितना हो सके हम लोग कोशिश यही देते हैं कि using acoustic instruments, because at the end of the day, that's what touches your heart most. चाहे वो सितार हो, चाहे बांसुरी हो, cello हो, you know, violin.
It's very organic, very original. So that's
I mean, I mean, even if you go to old film music, also whether it was R.D.
Right.
Burman or whether you know Shankar Jaikishan, they used to have 20 violins or 25 violins perform for their songs.
True.
Jo, that coming together was very, very, very important. And I strongly believe that yes, acoustic instruments, and that's very, very important to connect at a deeper level.
And that has the appeal, proper appeal, just the appeal of the tradition as well as the it
Bilkul.
goes. It's very attuned with our sensibility of the classical dance, and just bring up the get the bridge up. It's
Of course,
very
Bilkul, Bilkul. So that's what Saskia and I try to do, to kind of bring in the best of everything. I have learned a lot in the last 30-40 years of traveling around the world कि बाकी जो tradition है वहाँ का जो music है, to work with Australian Aboriginal choir, कि उन लोगों का म्यूजिक कैसे होता है, to learn from them, to compose for them, or
yes,
African music. तो जितना भी हो, the process of learning never stops, and we should always keep learning from other traditions and evolving as a musician.
yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So the mostly we're coming to the last question that as an educator, you are just recognized as a very good educator and guru, and so keeping the young learner's mind. So this is not the same environment our generation has grown up. The generation now is overloaded with various entertainment segments, from use of media to gadgets and even different activities. So, in this context, as a teacher or guru, what is your take to engage the young minds to keep rooted to our tradition, to keep just get them engaged, at least to learn for the instrument, whatever the vocal or the dance or whatever it is that, to make the understand the parents that there is no shortcut. I think, and you had what
I think
was.
we need to I think we need to educate the parents more than the children. Because it's the parents का जो सवाल होता है कि मेरी बेटी या मेरा बेटा कब स्टेज पे पहुंचेगा, बच्चे नहीं पूछ रहे ना.
True, true.
The child is not asking when will I be on stage. It's the parents who are asking when will my child be on stage.
True.
So I think we need to educate the parents first, to tell them कि आप भी your own education also took a long time.
Yes.
It did not happen in 5 days or 5 months or even 5
Yes.
years. You can't
Yes.
become a graduate in 5 years. ABCD
Yes.
पहले सीखना चाहिए. उसके बाद you learn small stories. उसके बाद शेक्सपियर जब तक पहुंचेंगे तो 15 साल तो लग जाएगा to understand शेक्सपियर.
True.
तो म्यूजिक एंड डांस एंड ये सब बहुत बहुत ज़रूरत है. एंड इस चीज़ में मैं एक कहना चाहूँगा कि ये जो अगेन there is this whole culture of trying to popularize through these जो shows होता है, India's best dancer, India's best musician or best singer. बहुत अच्छा है वो सब, but they are all I don't know whether you can produce a Pandit Ravi Shankar or a Pandit Birju Maharaj or a Ustad Zakir Hussain through these kind of shows. उसके लिए you have to go through the grind. सबसे important है घर का माहौल. सबसे important. I always say that mother is the first guru for a child. तो घर में जो माहौल है वही माहौल is what is more the child के लिए, बच्चे के लिए, that is the most important. घर में आप the father and mother are the most important for every child. Exactly. So and give them the right environment at home. आप खुद टीवी के सामने बैठ के या ये करते हुए then you tell the child that don't watch TV too much or ये मत करो वो मत करो. That's not the right way. I think you should first set example for your children. You should
Right.
be the first guru and first. उसके बाद होता है कि school choose a school that आपके जो thinking है उसके साथ है.
Mm-hmm.
And the year between 0 to 9 is the most crucial years, and that's why Saskia and I are working very hard to put the music into school curriculum right from day one of the child's
Yes.
entry into the school. कि जैसे a child joins school, they are taught ABCD, A, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 जो भी सिखाते हैं, ऐसे ही सारे गामा भी सिखाना बहुत जरूरी है, so that there is more harmony in their upbringing, in their childhood. And it's very important that music and dance, and what did Tagore say? Tagore ने कहा कि 8 साल तक बच्चों को मैथ्स सब ये मत सिखाओ. Let them learn how to play, let them learn how to dance, let them learn how to make pottery. हाथ गंदा होके let them learn. That's more important. बाकी का जो एजुकेशन है वो तो होता ही रहेगा. And after the age of 7 8, naturally everybody will learn all these things. So I think as a society and as individuals, it's our responsibility to make sure that the next generation and the next generation and generations, they stay rooted and they have a good education in all art forms. And as a musician, I can say music. As a dancer, I'm sure you'll say dance. We all should come together to make sure that the next generations, जो है, there is
Yes.
there is a lot more of music, dance, creativity. Once the child, बच्चे का जो एक creative है, वो अगर खोल दें, every child is creative. वो अगर खोल दें, they'll be successful. They will do very well in their lives in whatever way they want.
Yes. So the music and dance, whatever it is, that is the creative process that can awaken the just intellect. You can say that, and the
Music, dance, painting,
exactly.
poetry.
Yes.
The good things of life.
And it's not essential to become a musician or to choose as a music as a profession for everyone, but music should be there in everyone's life. That just
just because a science, you're learning science in you're learning chemistry doesn't mean that you're a chemist.
Right.
Or just because you learn 1 2 3 and you're not a mathematician.
True.
तो ऐसे ही म्यूजिक में ये I don't know why performing arts बोल के music is only treated as a performing art, but there is so much more that music brings into your life.
True.
You become a better human being. ये जो आजकल जो stress है आजकल because of whatever the situation is, you learn to deal with stress better. Mental anxiety कम होता है. More importantly, you are more sensitive towards other important things of life.
Definitely, yes. Yes, Dada, Geeta Shankar Damji once more, she has asked that, sir, just a fun question. What ragas would be suitable in this current situation of the pandemic? Would you say there may be some ragas that could help heal the X of now with this new norm, like in a 24-hour day? Could music help us at this stage of what's changed us through this specific ragas?
I don't know specific ragas. अभी तक कोई कोविड राग बनाया है कि नहीं, लेकिन for sure हम लोगों का जो म्यूजिक,
दादा कोविड गाना भी बन चुके, कोविड बोल भी बन चुके हैं.
अच्छा, बोल तो अभी तो नहीं सुना हूँ, लेकिन अभी तक कोविड मल्हार या कोविड कल्याण नहीं सुना हूँ अभी तक. लेकिन specific ragas, I don't really want to comment anything about saying कि ये रागा जो है pandemic राग या वो नहीं. But in general, any music that helps you deal with stress, helps you deal with anxiety, I think जो भी music I think calms you down.
Exactly.
That's the kind of music that will help you. And of course, classical music has the best effect, calming effect on you. And so I would always tell everybody, please listen to a lot more classical music. चाहे वो राग भैरवी हो, चाहे राग दरबारी हो, everything brings in its own beautiful ras, and everything helps to calm down.
Yes. The last question, are you preparing for any new production or any new collaboration music? Are you just thinking at this time, because this is a resting time of our soul, you say?
In
So,
fact, just today I got a mail. The world, they're celebrating the 250th birth anniversary of Beethoven.
okay.
So just today I got a mail if I could do something with Indian music and Beethoven to celebrate.
Okay.
तो आज से वो प्रोसेस शुरू हो जाएगा सोचना कि
Right,
how
right.
to how, it's not to say that I'll start playing Beethoven on my sitar or something like that, but something as a something that will bring his music, the greatness of his music,
Yes.
through my medium and through our medium, and to compose something that will be befitting uh, such an occasion. So that's the immediate thought that comes. बाकी जो है, I think creation never stops, and it should never stop. And it's not that कोई एक project आया तभी creation
Tub.
शुरू होता है.
True.
There is always creativity. हमारे घर में, between Saskia, me, and now Ishan also, we are always working on something new. In fact, we are working on a beautiful project where जो हमारे जो संगीत for all program है, one of the books that Saskia wrote is called Vadya, and that is introducing Indian instruments to young children. कि हमारे जो रुद्रवीणा है, सुरबहार है, because it's very very important that young children learn understand what is Saraswati Veena, what
Exactly.
is
And
tabla.
the school children, they think that Saraswati holds Veena, that is the sitar, that is sarod, and that is Veena, everything is that. मतलब सब कुछ है वही.
नयनिका, not just the children, but जो parents है और जो grandparents है, उनको भी नहीं पता है.
पता है कि वो
उनको
Veena
भी
है.
नहीं
पता है. Right.
So इतना मैं क्या बोलूं, I mean कूड़पन है सोसाइटी में. So we need to educate our children. So इसीलिए this Vadya project, we want to make it into a short film using animation. We are having a lot of meetings. We are having a lot of composition time happening even as we speak, so that we can introduce all the, not all, but many instruments through a film and through our music composition बच्चों को, so that आगे वाले जनरेशन जो है वो उनको पता होना चाहिए कि सितार क्या है, तबला क्या है, बांसुरी क्या है, घटम क्या है, सुरबहार क्या है. They need to know. They need to be told. So we are working on many different compositions for all these projects as we speak also.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dada, for being here today.
Thank you, Nanika. Always a pleasure. And as I said, I just see Manjari ji's question.
Yes.
Please tell the story about Bhatya also.
Yes.
Manjari ji, yes, jaldi I'll just explain that, this book talks about the central character is Tara the sitar, whose father is Tanpura, mother is Saraswati Veena, brother is Sarod, another sister is violin, ऐसे ही एक छोटा एक तारा, और so basically Tara lives in the country called Vadya, and her region is called the Tat Valley. तो बाकी जो हमारे जो नाट्य शास्त्र में जो क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, तत्, अवनद, सुशीर और खान, उसी चीज को बच्चों को कैसे सिखाया जाए, छोटे बच्चों को. So in a beautiful story that Saskia wrote this beautiful story of Tat Valley में Tara the sitar, who tells her father Tanpura that we are the best instruments in the world. So father Tanpura says कि नहीं बेटी, I go and play in the Sangam Square, and there are many different beautiful instruments from all over the country. I think you should learn about the music instruments of India. So Tara goes on a journey, और वो journey में she meets Suri the bansuri, who then introduces to his family Nadaswaram, Shehnai, जो wind instruments है. So then they go together and meet the naughty tabla twins,
Oh,
Daya and Baya, and who are always arguing ki, the Daya is more important or the Baya is more important. They are the naughty tabla twins. So the Daya and Baya introduce Tara and Suri to
yes.
their father Pakhavaj, mother father Mridangam, मदर इज पखावज, क्योंकि मदर जो है वो हमेशा रोटी बनाती है ना, तो पखावज का जो आटा है, एंड देन डिफरेंट परकशन इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स ऐसे ही. देन दे गो टू द खान माउंटेन्स एंड देयर दे मीट गट्टू द घटम, दे मीट अदर इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स जो सेल्फ साउंडिंग है. फिर लास्ट में दे मीट नए वाद्य, क्योंकि हमारे जो इंडियन म्यूजिक में, हमारे शास्त्रीय संगीत में आजकल इतने नए वाद्य भी हो चुका है. मोहन वीणा हुआ, चेलो, लाइक सास्किया हैज इंडियनाइज्ड चेलो, और कादरी गोपाल नाथ जी ने सैक्सोफोन को पॉपुलराइज किए, विश्व मोहन जी ने मोहन वीणा को इंट्रोड्यूस किए. तो वो एक नया वाद्य हो गया, बट वो हमारे शास्त्रीय के परंपरा में आ गया. Mandolin Srinivas, mandolin. The way he brought mandolin, ऐसे ही piano, drums, and then last में they all come together and play what they play together and create the Vadya Vrind. जो मेरे गुरुजी ने created the Vadya Vrind for the All India Radio. ऐसे ही हमारा our motto is to create a Vadya Vrind in every school, so that we have every school should resonate with music and dance, and every child should know the value of what our tradition is. So this is the small story of Vadya. It is our dream to make this into a short animation film, or take it with puppetry and have a stage show. Compose the music, original music. We are working on the composition. So this is how we want to take it to the next generation.
As much as people, it should reach in the school, and I would love to have in my collection very soon, Dada.
Bilkul, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we call it Sangeet for all.
Yes.
It's for everybody. It's for every child. It's for everybody.
Yes. So Sanjeev Da again is here, and his thought in God bless him, very much interested more in a Vadya book. Everyone is interested now about Vadya.
ऐसे ही ध्वनि है, वाद्य है, देसी है. Desi talks about the folk tradition of India. Raga and Tala, where children are introduced to 5 classical ragas and 5 classical talas. Or ऐसे ही दुनिया, where children from India, they are learning about jazz music from New York. They're learning about African music. They're learning about Chinese music. They're learning about Western classical music, all from an Indian perspective. So, 5-6 साल में we want a child to have a foundation. उसके बाद he or she can learn sitar, tabla, जो भी instrument. That process of learning will continue under the guru. But एक school में बहुत ज़रूरत है एक course बनाने का, curriculum, where the children follow a curriculum and learn music in a methodical way with a proper methodology and pedagogy.
Right. Very true. That is very much needed. Otherwise, it will.
So that's what Sangeet for All is doing, and that's what Saskia and I are working very hard to make sure that this continues for generations to come.
Manjari ji said, I'm glad you shared it all.
Thank you, Manjari ji. Thank you so very much.
Okay, Dada. So thank you so much for
thank you, Naimika. All the best to you and to Sambudha and the family. Yes, thank you.
May he just continue getting your blessings and
absolutely.
Yes.
Very much. Thank you.
And thank you all to all the audiences and who have joined us and just bringing up your questions and your queries and making this platform very much enriched. So thank you so much. Namaskar.